Hey, not holding back. Building freedom on a brand new track. And welcome to Living Unchained Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Melane, also known as Wise. I am an author, AI strategist, and also a coach.
And I am your other host. I am Lekeisha Wise, the author, coach, and speaker and influencer.
All right, family, this is a place where we be dropping 24 karat gold bars indeed. And definitely the place where this is relationship with a purpose. That's our new motto now. Relationship with a purpose. And that be purpose everything from relationships to the standpoint of health, even financial things. So wherever it's dealing with relationship based stuff that can impact relationships, we're going to be talking about it. But today is going to be a very special one because we have a lot of great feedback from the last episode where we talked about the preacher man and his wife and Jesus in the bed. So we're going to continue with the relationship theme, then with Kev on stage, studios and safe places that's on Tubi. There's another episode there I think is funny as crap, but it actually have a true issue and we can have a true discussion with this because I believe a lot of relationships suffer from that. So I want you guys to tune in because I'm telling you, you got the whole internet at trends with this clip right here, and I definitely want to share this with us watching and reaction and get y'all guys feedback. And love what do you love about your spouse? So one person's had a poem, another person had a long pause, a very long pause. So we definitely want to run some reaction from that. But before we go ahead and jump into the episode, I need y'all guys to subscribe, hit the like button, and definitely share. Hey, we are a community here and the Break Free Nation here for your family. So go to livingunchainedpodcast.com. There is it said Break Free Nation. You click on there. Hey, there are two tiers. One is absolutely free. Go ahead and sign up there. You get information on what's going on in the Break Free Nation. There's another one that we have where we have giveaways. We have live session that we do training and teaching and teach people what stuff that actually will make their life better with technology, even with courses and everything like that. I'm telling you, the community is awesome. So definitely go to the website, sign up today, and I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. So we appreciate everybody who signed up. Appreciate everybody who's be new. We just want to thank the family. And like I said, the Break Free Nation is here for you, family. All right, family. I want to make sure I drop in Do You Knows. All right, do you know that according to a renowned government institute, for a relationship to strive, there must be a 5-to-1 ratio of positive interaction to a negative one. If you are not actively speaking 5 good things for every 1 complaint, your relationship is more likely to fail. So 5 positive things to 1. And probably a whole lot of people got reversing, got 5 negative things, 1 positive thing. So let's change that thing around and make sure we speak life in people. All right, then we had the Michelangelo Phenomenon. All right, so did you know that psychologist research defines something as the Michelangelo phenomenon? It suggests that when a partner confirms and verbally support their spouse intentions, their spouse actually become more successful and close to their ideal self. And the whole thing is to be the ideal self. So the thing is, when you have somebody in your corner supporting you, you tend to do things much better. All right, then the last, do you know? Do you know that praising efforts, thank you for taking the trash out, release less dopamine than praising character? I love how thoughtful you are. That's a different, right? I love how thoughtful you are. Just not recognize what the task the person did, but recognize the being, and that's one thing we want to make sure. And we'll find out this when you actually see the clip and we have the discussion about it too. So make sure you think about the being of the person, not just thinking for the task. All right, family. So we thank you for listening to it. Did you know? And hope those 24 karat gold bars for you as well. So family, as we go ahead and we're going to watch again this thing and get our reaction, we definitely want y'all guys to check it out. Then you know what? We'll come back into the amazing conversation. So we appreciate y'all guys.
Kesha, what do you love about Tahir?
Wow, that long? That long? Were you processing? Did you have a stroke? Tell me you had a stroke, because that should be the only reason charismatic, dresses well, smells nice, very sweet, treats you like the love of his life.
Tahir, let's allow her to speak.
I was just giving her options because she seemed like she was at a blank for a second.
Okay, go ahead, Kesha. I'm all ears.
I love that Tahir makes sure that I eat every day.
That you eat?
Yes, I am always fit. I am always full.
You love that he makes sure that you eat?
Yes.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
Okay, you know what? We're starting somewhere. Tahir, what do you love about Kesha?
She's beautiful. She's one of the most intelligent women I've ever met. The conversations that we have give me life. I look at her and I love every part of her, even the broken parts. I admire that she's been able to overcome so many obstacles in life and still be a woman of God, a woman of virtue. My wife, she is one of the reasons for my living. She breathes life into a lifeless day for me. And sometimes I like to sit across from her and close my eyes so I can miss her on purpose and then open them and be surprised that God has blessed me this much.
It's beautiful.
He has blessed you.
Kesha, does that stir up anything in you to return the favor? Anything more that you love about Tahir?
Yes. I love how he loves me.
I almost called you see that? This is what I'm talking about.
All right, family, we back. I tell you, man, I know I was laughing off of there because the husband was off the chain. She said, what? She's like, she was like, what? He's like, what? He was like, said, oh, wow. You had a stroke or something? All right. What's your, by you watching that clip, what's your initial feedback? What's your thoughts about that Ashley clip right there we just watched?
It was so much going through my head about, just the feelings of, Amir and the feelings of Kesha. I mean, I was just, watching, and I was just watching and anticipating Kesha saying something truly amazing about her husband, and she did pause, and she was just like hesitant. She didn't have a complete sentence at all to say anything other than, oh yeah, he makes me sure that I eat. And I honestly felt like she was being honest. I felt that she was being honest as far as her reaction, just really as far as what she saw in her husband versus actually seeing something other than, action, just making sure she eats. Nothing like, oh yeah, you are a good person, you are kind, you are amazing. I don't think she was looking at that at all. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's a really red flag. Just like you weren't looking at him being, anything other than the action of making sure I eat. It's almost like, oh yeah, I'm glad you took out the trash. I'm glad that you do. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like that. And so I felt like it was just, I could say just really just selfish, just really thinking about, meeting her needs versus her husband's.
There you
so
go.
I didn't see her actually being someone that actually in the joint, effort of pursuing anything other than making sure that she is exalted in everything, because he literally just said everything, but she didn't.
Correct.
So I felt like that was just an imbalance there. It was just a lot going on that we need to think about. Yeah,
I agree. There's a lot going on there, all right, and a lot of silence, a long pause up in there, because the actress who are playing Kesha, you know, she did a great job. I think Tamir, that's the husband name, if I ain't mistaken. And the way, you know, like she said, she paused and said, "What do you think about it?" She said, and he like, "What?" He was like, "What? Oh, what is that? You had a stroke or something?" He said, "You know, I'm charismatic. You know, I'm sweet. I smell good. You know, something that can come out of your mouth." And that go back to, again, we were talking about intimacy. You know, we talked about last week. We talked about Jesus in the bed. You guys need to check out the episode. You didn't watch that one. But the thing about intimacy and a level of communication.
Yeah.
So what I see there is, again, another situation where couples fail to communicate. They don't see outside. Well, Kesha don't see outside herself, right?
Yes.
So you know, as you watch, you find out Kesha got a lot of things that she did well. She put in some other parts of the clips that, you know, she exposed her will on something. She had a lot to say, but we ain't playing that one now. But this one right here, she didn't have a lot to say as far as it turned to him. And of course, what he did, he broke it down. You know, he said, "Hey, you know, this is my love of my life. You know, this woman of God." Then he added in the part. He said, "I can sit right across from her and close my eyes so I can miss her. Oh my God, I thank God how much He bless her. That how much He's that." I call the communications that he see her, he see her at a special person. Even when he mentioned the fault part, he said even with her fault, he even loved the fault. You saw her reaction, like, what in the world?
Yeah, her reaction was just like, faults. There's no faults in me. And I was just like, wow. It was just, she just, you know, I feel like it was one-sided. There's really one-sided conversation. I feel like he was just, you know, had a lot to say. Honestly, can I be honest with you? I feel like almost like, was he making this up?
Well, what you talking about? Him making the poem up? You know how he said about her? Or
was he making it up as far as, like, it felt like he was making up these affirmations because of her character. I felt like she was exhibiting possibly something different than what he was saying. Possibly. You know, it's just, I mean, I'm thinking like, because it's just not matching. It wasn't matching.
Well, I only can judge about what the episode we saw. And it seemed like he was genuinely did have a love for her. And he allowed her to do a lot of things. And like I said, we didn't go into the other clips they have. Yeah. But he allowed her to have her freedom. And then, you know, like I said, the whole thing that what he do, he'll like something, and then she get him, purity, HELL, for him not to, for the things that she did not deem him to do. I think I'm saying it right. So I don't think he was actually faking. I think he kind of raw all the time. I think he really meant that, because the whole idea they're the therapist is, you know, they have a disconnect. He wanted to be the therapist to hope it work out. It wasn't her that wanted the therapy. It was more like he wanted the therapy for them.
Yes.
And so, you know, and the thing is like I told you, it's that disconnect. And everything was more self-centered. He think he giving in on a whole lot of things, and that does, because he showed out throughout that he allowed her to do things that she wants to do. And she have a not loud nature, but a controlling nature of how she want things, because, you know, she told him, well, I don't want him to do this, I don't want him to do that, and she feel free, she want to do certain things. So the danger of that, again, talking about, again, you know, do you have anything good to say? Can, you know, silence kill your marriage? I think it can. I'm so thankful because of our relationship. I knew, you know, like I said, we were friends before we ever decided to be in a relationship. So I had an idea of your character. He had an idea of my character. And we seen each other act in public. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Not, you know, just being ourselves with people. So I had an idea how you act, you know, how you, you know, did things around people, and you saw how I did around people, right? Yes. So going to us, you always was an edifier. You always say affirmations. So, and that's in general. So once we decided to actually go ahead and get serious about our relationship, you started giving affirmations daily.
Yes.
And guess what? When we got married, later on, after the process of going through our process of joining together for marriage, the whole process we went through that, you still continue to get affirmations.
Yeah.
Each and every day. You do not stop. I get affirmation back too, but you stay constant each and every day. You have not missed a day. I know it's been times, and I'll be honest, I missed a day. Now I acknowledge it. I might not do it as well. I will call it. I want to use the word draw out you because you make it so beautiful. It's a text affirmation. She gave me words affirmations, but she gave me a text affirmation. So I always acknowledge it, and I always say thank you, and I usually respond back. But there have been times when in my productive day that I might not send what I call a response back. I call it a response, but I let you know I thank you for it because you don't have to do it, but you choose to send me something that brighten my day, that speak life in me. And the thing is, with this one here, his wife could not speak life into him, while he was trying to speak life into his wife. Even like he said, even the negative parts that he cherished those things because he knows she's not a perfect being, but he called her woman of God. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So he spoke those life, even though the situation she may not act like it.
Right.
He still spoke that, and that's biblically. And the thing is, you always speak life into me. My thing as a husband is to make sure I continue that and make sure we connected and we walk together in agreement, and I speak life in you as well.
Okay, now, family, if you are enjoying this amazing episode, please subscribe. Hit the like button and definitely share. Hey, we're a community here, and the Break Free Nation is here for you. So go to livingunchainedpodcast.com, and there's links that will take you directly to that amazing community where we be dropping 24 karat gold bars indeed. So we want to thank everybody who already signed up and the ones who going to be signed up in the future because, like I said, we are a community. And family, thank you so much. So not going to hold y'all guys. Back to this amazing episode.
So I think it's very powerful to understand that situation is very common with relationships with couples. And I can be real on my end. Now, I'm going to talk about I seen when I was growing up, and I saw at times, I saw relationships. I would put it like that and keep it very general. So I saw relationships where the spouses would back, because they older and they were back and forth, and they won't get the affirmation. I don't know how it was when they were young, but they live life so long. So when something come up, it was no affirmation, saying, get your hands off of me, saying, don't touch me, saying stuff. I said, why you do? It did as a young person. I did not understand. You know what I'm saying? I said, why you do that? But it comes not including what happened with Kesha and her husband here, but relationships in time. I think, sometimes they get sour based off what was their foundation in the beginning. And we chose in our foundation, and like I said, the communication. Now, what we talked about last week, the biggest thing is communication. And we aim to communicate daily. And we sometimes that we had to have discussions. I don't call arguments. Yeah. I call a discussion that we need to get better understanding of the situation. Mm-hmm. And if we don't do that, it can cause frustration or it can cause confusion. Mm-hmm. And we, so we try to avoid that. And, so, now, you're like, hey, babe. And that means, slow down a little bit. Let me come in. Let me ask a question. That's how I look at it. And I'll say, and I'll hold on. Sometimes I got to joke with the one finger thing, not pointing at nobody. But I got the one finger thing going on. That's a joke, a long time joke. And those who know what I'm talking about. So hold up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hold up. That's me. Hold up. I gotta make a point. So not disrespect, but I just gotta make a point and or get an understanding. So I'm just freezing the moment, and that here and there. Okay. Mm-hmm. But so now with this situation here, I think a lot of people deal with this.
Yes.
How can they actually uplift their spouse. In this situation here, they went to counseling. So again, if you at the point where your relationship is so toxic and that y'all really can't get an understanding of one another, can't sit down, then yes, you need to get professional help as much as possible. But if y'all guys in a good relationship as far as communicating and you feel like you're lacking something or something like that, you need to have the conversations with your spouse. I believe you do. I believe you need to sit down and let them know how you feel.
Yeah.
And y'all should come to agreement because y'all in this together. I call it the unity of one. When you get married, it's the unity of work. It's working as one unit. You know what I'm saying? Together to get things done. And that's anything with finances. That anything with relationship being, being intimate. That's mean, health. We need to talk about those things and then we need to come to agreement and come how we can move forward. That's why I love the process, the 24-hour rule. It's focused on today.
Yeah.
I'm not going to yesterday what happened. I'm not moving too far. I'm not moving too far ahead in the future. But what I am looking for is this moment. What can I do now that will make the next moment be okay?
Yes.
How can I assist my wife now, my spouse now, to make everything okay? And sometimes, you do things you might not be feeling in your nature at that moment, but it need to be done.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a dude that want to watch football. Football season over with now. But, basketball and stuff like that. But I know also I need to give my wife time. I need her to debrief me, let her know how her day is and stuff. But she also recognizes when I need I guess, have my moment, have my time. So we feel each other. We feel each other out and say, okay, this is a good moment. But we realize, okay, this is my best friend, and I have to make sure my best friend is good. And so what we will encourage couples to do is make sure you communicate. Make sure if there is a chain that's blocking y'all guys from actually moving forward in conversation, please do that. We'd like to hear from you guys. Hit the comments. What do you think about the clip? What do you thought about the standpoint of communication? Do you have a problem? You know what I'm saying? Well, we live in a chain. We being real. Do you see a problem? Or you think, hey, what is a suggestion you think that might help with a standpoint of making sure, you're not dealing with the silent killer of just being silenced and your spouse feel left out, right? And, he felt left out. He got to the point where he cussed at the end. And that frustration is real. It's real with couples. You know what I'm saying? It would beat out, but, you can get to the point where you get frustrated and that frustrated will go over. It will go to the next day. It can go over to the next day. You know what I'm saying? You always say, don't let the sun go down on your wrath. That's biblically. And, you know what I'm saying? The whole idea is you want to discuss it out to get an understanding so you can know you can move forward that moment. So tomorrow, you're not carrying that anguish. You're not carrying that stress. It's not good for your body. It's not good for your mind. Things happen and you can get frustrated. But the truth of the matter is it can be discussed out. And you say you got to agree on everything, but you need to get to the point where there's an understanding. Right. And then with the understanding, then it's the next steps. How can we take a next step to move forward? And I'm just thankful enough that we're willing to discuss, we're willing to write down, and we're willing to uplift one another. Like I said, I'm not a person who's an affirmation. She's all about positive energy. She's all about that always. She's not the cup half full, not half empty. You're not a person half empty. You like the cup is half full. And that's my mindset too. The cup is half full. It's not half empty. It's not a negative standpoint, but it's something that can always be positive because there's always hope. There's always expectation that things can work out. And trust me, a lot of I've been in past relationships before that was very toxic. It's it's those who read the book Where definitely understand that that it was toxic, and I had to find myself. You know what I'm saying? I had to find myself and how to deal with me. So now I got better understanding how to deal. I got blessed with another amazing relationship. I had to go through the process of divorce. Not everybody had to go through it, but I went through it, and I had to work on me. So when I worked on me, so when God presented my this wife to me, I was able to receive her unto myself because I understand myself and understand purpose. within myself, and I know where I'm going. I can take her along with me, and her visions and stuff can be nurtured and cultivated as well as mine. So you know what I'm saying. So we got our best interests. So I know I've been saying a lot of things. So I'm gonna let you jump in there. God, it got me so excited because this is a serious situation, right? And I'm thankful to have somebody here. So I'm gonna let you come in and say what's on your mind.
Hey family, it is I am Lakeisha, and I want to talk to the ones that are feeling stuck. You know, the ones that are feeling like you are in confusion, like you're feeling like you're in fear, like you having a season of loss of clarity and without confidence. Listen, my latest book, How to Get Unstuck, Confused to Focus, is truly for you. It was written for the ones that are feeling just like you're feeling, very confused, with no motivation, without a roadmap. And I'm giving you a roadmap. Grab your copy of your book. And I promise you, this book is really going to change your life. It's going to show you how you can have your purpose and understand that you have power, which you truly do. If you're in midlife, if you're someone who are transitioning from careers, if you're someone who's trying to figure out what's your next move, this book is really going to help you, and it's going to show you how you can break free from the mental clutter, how you can have divine clarity, and you can understand how you can move forward and understand to have a strategy and move forward ahead. Promise you, it's going to be great for you. Grab your copy, show it to someone else, because I promise you, you're not by yourself. Let's not move through the world without understanding who you are, because you have power. Have your power and focus with this latest book. You know, I am so excited, to really have this conversation because, a lot of these silent, killers are really happening in the relationships. People are not talking. They're not even connecting with each other. They're not even sleeping in the same bed. Why is that happening? I don't know what happened, but something happened. And what's really happening is no one's talking or not really connecting with each other, and a lot of times people are, not knowing how to really talk to someone. Me and my husband were best friends. I love how you said that, but it was true. Before we got in a relationship, we began to have great conversations with each other. We literally would just really have fun with each other, just living life great. And, it was easy for us. So when we got in a relationship, we were able to really be intentional on making this really the best relationship ever and actually pursuing our purpose and doing the things that God has called us to do. It was easy for us, right? Because we began to have this foundation and actually have conversations about what we desired. Right? It wasn't just talking about, just the physical coming together because, everybody thinks about that. No, it was way more than that. We really had a great foundation just talking about, okay, so what do we plan to do? What are we doing with each other? Right? So a lot of times we don't talk about that as couples and they don't know what to do. So pretty much you're frustrated. And so you're putting together and after you are intimate with each other, okay, now what? We knew we wanted to not just have that, but we wanted to actually have a great communication with each other, just talking about anything, to where we're having less stress. It's real stressful, when you're not really connecting with each other and meeting the needs, just the simple things. No, you're not connecting with each other, talking about, taking out trash or actually, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. Or just saying, hey, how are you doing today? Oh, are you doing great today? Are we even having those conversations? So it's about those things you think they're small, but no, those are really needed. It's needed for us to be able to connect with each other and say, hey, I'll cook dinner today. Or, or I will, bathe the kids today. I'm just giving an example. Having those conversations versus assuming things are going to happen. We do a lot of assumptions in relationships. It is great that we don't really do that because we really are actually set on talking about the little things,
Facts.
So that's really important for all of us to be able to do. When it comes to Kesha and Tamir, I believe it was a lot of disconnects. They really wasn't having conversations with each other. Correct. I feel so when what is his name? When he came, the counselor, when he came in and asked those questions. Frederick. So when he came in and asking them questions with each other, I think maybe that was the first time they even really had conversations about that. Well, how do you feel about him? How do you feel about her? It was such a disconnect. Kesha was just like, it's all about me. I'm great. She was just like, of course you love me. And I think that's a great thing. But at the same time, you had nothing to say about your spouse. You know, I was almost wondering, why did they get together? Why did they get married? I don't know what was happening there, you know? So you almost think, you know, that it's a lot of missing steps, you know? So I feel like if they can recover, they really can if they want to. But they both have to want to, not just one person.
Correct. I agree. It's like I said, working together, right? You had to agree, and they had to get to the point where, like I say, you don't know the whole history. We know they were young, you know. She mentioned that he was working a job at McDonald's earlier and stuff. You didn't see it in the clip, and you know how the relationship went from there. And the thing is, when you date, it's very important to get an idea who the person is. Ask questions at the beginning. Talk to them. Find out what the person really like. And I know sometimes what we call it all. My grandma used to say that, you know, your nose is wide open.
Right.
Your nose wide open. And the thing is, you're so intense with that person that sometimes you are blinded by your passion for that person that you don't see the little red signs or the things that they know that, you know, the relationship could shift because you didn't recognize them red signs, you know, little red flags. You know, and I said it, and I mentioned many times in my other podcasts. You know, when I see a red flag, before I went through my healing phase, I see a red flag. I try to take it off and put it around and make a cape and try to be Superman. You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't work. Mm-hmm. I see a red flag now. I tell you, that joke gonna tell me to run. I'm running with it. I'm running. I see red flag. I'm running. So I'm not touching now. I'm running. Mm-hmm. But I'm blessed enough there were no red flags with our situation. Mm-hmm. So I want to encourage folks. This is not, you know, if you having issues, like I said, talk about it. Really talk about it. You know, life is not guaranteed for no one. So you want to maximize the time, maximize the effort of your life. And you don't want to be wishing and wondering each and every day or what a person think about think about you and things like that. I want to drop this in real quick. It's like some solution plans that can maybe help with the situation. One of them is the no task. The no task. The challenge is that the audience compliment their spouse on something that is nothing to do with chores or money. You hand them out, oh, thank you, I love you. Oh, you give money, oh, I love you, so that. And chores, so thank you for taking out the trash. You know what I'm saying? You want to compliment somebody, no task compliment. So that's what we want to do, no task compliment. They say, you know what? Hey, I'm thankful, you know what I'm saying? I'm so thankful for you today. I'm thankful. She does this all the time. I'm so thankful for you, being yourself, being your being. And as a man, you want to hear that sometimes. You want to hear that, you know what? You know, and not because you did something, because who you are. And that we're talking about the no task compliment. So you want to make sure that you get a compliment. It's not associated with a task or some type of money or some kind of gift or something like that. You just want to let the person know they appreciate it because of who they are. All right. Then another one I want to share is the close your eyes method. And Tamir did that one when he said he closed his eyes. And he said he missed it open and he thanked God. That is somewhat does work to a certain degree when you think and you close your eyes and imagine. Now you can imagine and think of the positive things, think of the beautiful things, and allow that imagination, because power in your thoughts, the power in your imagination. So now, granted, the opposite of that too. If the thoughts, and you don't have the great thoughts coming there when you close your eyes, yes, you might want to get some help. I'm just being real. But if you can imagine, and I think we all had done it one time, when especially, and I know I did when I was in school, with grade school, and they said, close your eyes and imagine. You close your eyes and you had to imagine things. And the same thing you can do as an adult. You can close your eyes and imagine the positive things with your spouse and stuff. Then take that energy and use it to express yourself to your partner, to your spouse. So I'll share them a couple of what we call 24 karat gold bars that hopefully will help you in the process. But like I said, if it got serious
and you sitting there, you close your eyes, and you sitting there steaming, and you're hating the person, that is a deep that's a deep level that you don't want to be in, and you really need to have discussion. And maybe you need a Frederick
Yes.
to step in like they did in safe place. So you need a safe place so y'all can actually sit down and really work this out. And I'm so thankful, like I said, we don't have the silence killer, because one thing I learned in my paddling I used to, as a man, hold everything in, didn't complain, you know what I'm saying, tighten my belt, my bootstraps, and just deal with it. And have learned now to communicate.
Yes.
So I share my thoughts. I be respectful. My whole thing is make sure as a man I be respectful to my wife, but I do share my viewpoints. And sometimes she's like, let's talk about this a little bit more, and let's talk about it. And we talk about it to get a better understanding. But once we kind of come from that kind of conversation, we're in a better space, and we know how to govern one another better, and allow me to not to feel stressed or bow down. But at the same time, I don't dump on her. As my brother, one of my brothers say, you don't be vomiting on the person. So you don't want to do that. But you want to do is have a conversation, two-way conversation.
Yeah.
And not just you saying something, then you going, no, you want the other person to respond, so know y'all on the same page. All right, babe, I'll let you jump in as well. Go ahead.
Absolutely. I feel that if we are really going to be intentional about our marriage, you want to be able to have a one-on-one conversation. And, sometimes I feel like, all the time, I do feel this way. If you're feeling like any disconnects, let's just say you feel like you did not start off, your relationship in a way that you should go, you can start now. It's never too late. You know what I'm saying? Definitely start going on walks. Do something together. Maybe cook dinner together. Do something where you girl are able to go into it with intentional thoughts and what you're going to do. Go to an art show or something like that, or, movie or whatever. Do something fun. Do something where you're doing it together, where you're able to engage in a great strategic conversations and begin to build. If you don't know how, like I said, if you need therapy, if you need some connections with others, begin to do that as well too. Sometimes you may not know, right? So start something and begin to be intentional about it. Honestly, like I said, Safe Space is a really good show. I really liked it, really enjoyed it. But you know what? Have fun with it. It's important for you to begin to understand that if you're listening to this, and if you know that it really is really hitting home for you and your relationship, it's something for you. Begin to move forward in that. So I believe that it's important for all of us to understand how to have relationships and move forward, in a great place. Go ahead and start it. I promise you it's worth it. And I promise you God is going to definitely be pleased.
I agree with you. Hey, fam, we're going to drop some more 24 karat gold takeaways before we wrap up this amazing episode. And we mentioned before the 24-hour rule, and that is you don't fleck on what happened in the past and what happened at 24 hours in the past. You don't jump ahead 24 hours in the future. What you deal with the moment 24 hours. And with the situation, what we're talking about with the spouse standpoint is we can apply that to the spouse. Don't speak anything negative to your spouse in the 24 hours in that day. Find something that can be what we call uplifting and encourage the person in the 24 hours. Use the 24-hour rule, like I said, to maximize your day, maximize your effort, and with that, maximize the relationship what is possible. Because guess what? Before y'all got together in the relationship, y'all were doing that. You had to do it. You know what I'm saying? If you were talking trash the whole entire time, some people get together like that, I believe. But if, that person had to find something in that person that they love, especially in a communication department that they did. So take the opportunity to use the 24 hour rule with that. Also, another one is the because method. And so when you say I love you, you must add because and finish the sentence with some characteristics. I love you because you are so patient with the kids. I love you because, hey, I love the way how you handled that situation in that business meeting. You want, what I'm saying? You want, and they're just getting a person another form of affirmation. No, just let them, just let them know that you see the effort they are doing. and you're acknowledging that. That makes people feel good, because sometimes we get into this whole thing, especially with those families with kids and stuff, with kids there in the house. You so busy with the hustle bustle, you know, when you say I love you, it go out and they go out one ear. I love you because what you do, you know what I'm saying? I love it. And not associating everything with a task. Because we mentioned that earlier. Don't associate anything with a task, but associate that with the being of the person. Hey, I realized you did this. Great job. We love the way how you handle that. Yeah. So, you know, so we'll say the because method as well. And also check your source. So, you know, make sure that, you know, when situation come up and a person is being negative or something like that, find out why. Because something usually aspires that something happened outside. Something happened with family. Something happened and the person maybe don't say something nice or doesn't acknowledge something because they in their own headspace. Mm-hmm. So take the opportunity to check with that person, talk to them, find out, you know what I'm saying, you know, don't say, hey man, I don't know what's going on with her. No, find out, sit down, especially with those in a relationship, find out what's going on, get a better understanding. And maybe y'all can, you know, work it out together. Or, you know, I believe what the word of God says. And James 5:16, that you confess your sins. Some versions say faults, some versions say trespasses to one another. Pray for one another, that you shall be healed. It's a power in the ability to confess where you fell short at. And with that, the power of confession and the power of prayer works together. So the effective prayer, the effective prayer very much. Mm-hmm. Thank you. So let's hit me on that. But at the end of the day, the power of prayer works because of the affection. You know where the shortfall happened and what things happen there, and y'all able to talk it out. Mm-hmm. And guess what? Healing take place. Yeah. So all right, fam. So all right, babe. So we wrapping up the episode. You can tell people how they can get in contact with us, and don't forget not to subscribe, hit the like button, and definitely share. But all right, babe.
Absolutely, family. Make sure you connect with us on Living Unchained Podcast.com, and definitely make sure you connect with us on Break Free Nation, family. Make sure you sign up. Listen, we have so many resources and tools there. I promise you, we're going to be a connected family together, and definitely would love to answer all the questions that you have for us as well, family. We connect there all the time. Make sure you definitely subscribe and bring a friend, family. Bring somebody else that you know will love to enjoy some of the conversations that we have, and definitely we would love to connect with that as well too. Look forward to seeing you on next week Friday, family, again. So we look forward to that. Back to you, honey.
All right, thank you, babe. All right, family. You know what I'm going to say. Love is a action word. While you're taking the time to love yourself, make sure you show love to someone else. And we'll see you on the next episode of Living Unchained Podcast. So, family, take care and peace.